talked a lot about sort of bridging the gap in terms of the size of the clubs in the Premier League. Should football itself be doing a lot more so that you don't have to spend hundreds of millions of pounds to try and bridge that gap?
No, because it'll always be the same. It always has been the same and always will be the same. So nothing's going to change. And I don't think it should really. It's not American football. This is what it is. And we have to accept it and go with it. There's always going to be the ones, the haves, and there's always going to be the teams who are trying to get in there. There's always some Cinderella story, isn't there? Over the years, you know, the Chelseas and the Man Cities and the Leicesters, they're Cinderella stories, and brilliant for their supporters and their football clubs. And there's clubs that go the other way, so I just accept it and understand it.
But do you think that's fair?
I just think that's the way it is, and I've not really thought too much about it, Adam. Really, I just would quite like to be that Cinderella story.
Yeah, understandable. In terms of the weekend, you didn't want to big up Aaron Ramsdale too much after his performance, but does he deserve credit for his recent performances and the way he has stood up to his critics this season?
Hey, listen, we all get far too much credit when things go well, and we get far too much stick when things go the other way. And Aaron will understand that as much as anybody, as much as I do. So you deal with that in the way that Aaron will deal with it. He's a level-headed young man. I really like him as a person, not just as a footballer. And he's had to take some this year, and he's shown the right reaction, as we will always try to do. Show that right reaction to disappointment and failure and setbacks, from which he has. And there's no hiding place for Aaron, and he's done what he needed to do, which was work hard and produce the performances which we're all seeing now.
I found it interesting that Aaron talks about the fact that he lost his belief early this season and now he's gained it back and he's enjoying his football a little bit more again. Do you think that's key for all your players to try and find that despite the recent results?
Unbelievably so, Adam. You know, we would all love to be this big, confident, believing footballer, football club. But when you get the results that we've had, when you suffer defeats by the slightest of margins, when you don't take your chances, when you make mistakes, when your best players are not fit, you know, these all are things that impact on a performance, and individually, from Aaron's point of view, it's a tough gig for him to come in, and when the team's not going well, as it is for all the young players, because we were expecting to do better than what we did, and Aaron was expecting for that 5 to be in place and the 3 in front of him to be in place, and not making mistakes in front of him and making the saves that he would have to do. What happened last year that the goalkeeper who played for us did, and to pick more points up, and this to be a lot more of a comfortable season for us. But it in, and that's what happens in the Premier League. And you come under scrutiny, you come under criticism. You have pundits that haven't got a Scooby-Doo about your football club, that make stupid, silly, uneducated analysis of where you are as a football club, and you have to deal with it. Like I said, we've all had the praise, and we have to take the negativity that comes with the results and the responsibility that we all have to take when you don't you don't win. So, but we'll take it, and Aaron's took it, and he's done what he needs to do, which is bounce back and produce good performances.
Rian's not featured for the last 3 games. Are you hoping to try and get him more game time between now and the end of the season?
Yeah. He will. That's a decision by me. So, I know Rian's frustrated at the moment, but that's a decision that a manager has to take on the inside of a football club, knowing what's best for the team, what's best for the football club. Everything I do, by the way, is the best for the football club, not personal, best for the football club. And the decisions I've made about Rian have been for the best of Sheffield United.
Can he do anything else to influence you?
No, same as Aaron. Keep working hard in training. Opportunities will come his way, and he will take them, because he was signed by everybody. All of us, we all signed him. Put a presentation to the board. Board ticked it off, and he's a good player. England under-21 international, and he's a good player. It's been a difficult start for his Sheffield United career, but he'll come good and he'll score goals. And as we all will, we'll look at this period with a lot of disappointment. But on reflection, we'll learn. We will all learn, and we'll all move forward, and we'll all be better with it.
In terms of Villa, who you got next up, lots of talk around Watkins and Grealish and Traore. You've already mentioned what you think about Jack Grealish, but does a lot of their improvement owe to their defensive record? It's now 13 clean sheets this season. Only Man City have conceded fewer goals on the road. Quite impressive statistics.
Yeah, you've got to get both parts of the game right, haven't you? You know, you've got to stop that ball going in the back of the net by not making them silly mistakes that we have done this year, that we didn't do last year, and you've got to stick the ball in the back of the net the other way that they have, and they've got them players to do that. So, as I keep saying, the bit in between, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, however we play, gives you an opportunity to dictate the game. But like I said, our shape last year when we played Liverpool was exactly the same as our shape this year. But let's change the shape. Let's go play 4. Let's do this. Let's play 2 up front. Whatever. This is how we play. But the 2 boxes decide the games of football, and they've been great in keeping the ball out the back of the net. And a lot of credit should go to Dean and John Terry and Rich and Craig Shakespeare and all the people there. And at the top of the pitch, they've got those players that can win tight games. I think Dean will possibly say the same. Maybe there's not any incredible change in terms of the way they played from last year to this year, as we're talking about from last year to this year, but they've got both boxes right, and obviously we haven't.
In terms of the reverse fixture, the John Egan red card, the Matt Target lack of red card, the John Lundstrom penalty.
The game changes, Adam. The game changes.
Does that sum up your fortunes?
The game changes. The decisions change through the season. Chelsea penalty at the weekend. The game just changes. That decision, a week later, somebody else made the same decision and he didn't get sent off. Then down the line, another decision and Matt Target gets sent off. The game changes. And everybody will say that. The game changes from Lundstrom's tackle at Brighton to Jayden Bogle being out for a month for not a reckless challenge. That's what absolutely does the people in football's head in. And it does my head in because I'm in football. And that's what happens. And you've seen it. You guys have seen it. Punters have seen it. Players have seen it. Managers have seen it. It changes all the time. Just changes. Oh, what's happening? It's handball. The one at Southampton, Tottenham, Doherty, when it just hit his hand, penalty. I think Tottenham had one against them as well, another one. And then the one on Sunday. What was it? Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Chelsea, Man U.
Yeah, Chelsea on Sunday. Yeah.
Hit his hand. Oh, what we'll do is we'll change it. We'll change that. We'll change that decision now. And they've never had as many people helping them out. So might as well just go back to one person doing it, in my opinion.
Well, I was going to ask you your thoughts on VAR after 18
Dear
months.
me.
You've just
Dear
answered
me.
it.
Have you got an hour? or 24?
Has it improved the game though at all? Is it something that football should stick with and keep improving?
Not for me, but I've not got a big enough voice to change that. But it's still the same situations that are happening, aren't they? Even more confusion. I've never been as confused as a football manager in the last 20 years as I am this season, and I think everybody will feel the same.